Hydroxychloroquine, from malaria drug to fake COVID drug. In this video, I'll be talking about the history of malaria, the MOA for malaria, what a malaria infection is, a little bit about the history of hydroxychloroquine, and why it was considered for COVID. The history of malaria. The malaria parasite was discovered by a military doctor in France in the 1880s. But malaria in humans wasn't discovered until August 20th, 1897. It is believed that malaria in humans originated in Africa. The MOA for malaria. Malaria is caused by a single-cell microorganism of the Plasmodium group. The disease is most commonly spread by an infected female mosquito. The mosquito bite introduces the parasite from the mosquito saliva into a person's blood. The parasite travels to the liver where they mature and reproduce. What is a malaria infection? Malaria is a serious and sometimes fatal disease caused by a parasite that commonly infects a certain type of mosquito, which feeds on humans. People who get malaria are typically very sick with high fevers, shaking, chills, and flu-like illness. Hydroxychloroquine. Hydroxychloroquine was invented during World War II. This drug is used to treat patients who are infected with malaria. Hydroxychloroquine was first used to treat malaria in the 1960s. It was thought that hydroxychloroquine could help patients infected with COVID-19. Why was hydroxychloroquine considered for COVID? In vitro studies previously showed that both hydroxychloroquine and chloroquine have antiviral properties against SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19. In these studies, these medications worked by interfering with the chemical environment of human cell membranes. This blocked the virus from entering and manipulating and multiplying into the cells. However, just because it worked in vitro doesn't always mean that it will work once inside a human body. Hydroxychloroquine was thought to be a potential benefit in the prevention and treatment of COVID-19. However, current data indicates that the potential benefit of these drugs do not outweigh their risks. On March 20th, 2020, the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, issued an emergency use authorization, EUA, for hydroxychloroquine sulfate in the strategic national stockpile to be used by licensed healthcare providers to treat patients hospitalized with COVID-19 when the providers determined that the potential benefits outweighed the potential risks to the patients.